making that turn right at Broadway and 40th. Again, this is a stolen vehicle, what looks to me like a BMW. Unknown number of occupants inside, unknown how long they've had this vehicle in their possession. Is it something where they stole it today, or that they've been driving it now for the last few days? So that is unclear at this point, but continuing here southbound, pretty high speeds here for surface streets. I just saw them there a second ago. It says 38 miles an hour, but that's inaccurate. It's just because I'm so far away from it now, but he was going about 80 miles an hour when it was a little more accurate. But continuing headed south here through the numbered streets, 49th Street at Broadway. Just got the green there at 51st Street. So again, you're going to see the car get increasingly smaller in the frame here because it is moving into an area that we can't fly into. So if he turns around and comes back in our direction, it'll make it that much easier for us. But for now, he's continuing south on Broadway, coming up to 55th Street. And I'm going to take the speedometer off because it's not being accurate right now since we're so far away. But continuing southbound Broadway at 57, just made that eastbound turn onto 57. This might actually help us because then my pilot Jim can go down Alameda and we'll be able to catch it on the east side if he continues heading east. So headed eastbound now on 57, coming back up to Main Street, continuing east. Now this is a mix of commercial / residential areas that are coming up here. And again, this is the LAPD's Wilshire Division that is in pursuit. We first picked up the pursuit on the 10 eastbound as it was near La Brea. And when he got to Hoover, he exited the freeway and has been on surface streets ever since. The speeds haven't been incredibly fast that we've been able to witness. The fastest I've seen is about 80 miles an hour. If you were with us not long ago, we had a very fast-moving motorcycle pursuit. But now he just made that southbound turn, Jim. So headed back south. So 59 at Avalon here. So basically, to explain the whole airspace issue, if he continues heading south, makes it really tough for us to follow. If he goes east, that would be ideal. Or if he comes north, west or south is not my friend. But continuing southbound here at 62nd, I'm going to have to throw in a doubler. He's got the red. He's clearing the traffic there a little bit and going to hang a random turn there in the middle of the intersection and now going eastbound. So perhaps we can try that Alameda south again, Jim. And continuing eastbound. It's always difficult when you get pursuits through this area because we can't see it very well, obviously. But continuing eastbound. That southbound turn. Just made that southbound turn, 63rd and Hooper. And the picture will drop out from time to time when we make a turn. So if you do see that, that's what's going on there. So we are now at 66th Street. There is a unit in the area. He's not right on his tail, but he's in the neighborhood. I saw him right as he made that turn to continue south here. So 71st Street, continuing south. We're trying to catch up to him the best we can with the limitations that we have. 75th at Naomi now, and continuing southbound. Coming up to an intersection where he just got the green light, so he got lucky in that sense, and continuing south. 80th at Naomi now. Once we get a little closer, I'll be able to throw on the speedometer and we'll be able to track some of these speeds. But with us being this far away, it's not going to be accurate for me. But he's just gone through Manchester, and that's the final for LAX. So once he gets on the other side of this, it'll make it easier for us to track him. He's 89th Street now. Continuing southbound Central through 92. Still southbound, approaching Century. Got the green, so he got lucky there. Lots of trees here in the way, so hard in the shot here. There he goes again. One hour, Bill. So we have to be on the ground. Approaching the 105 on Central. So if he gets on the freeway, it actually helps us out because it'll make it possible for us to actually be overhead. Okay, there he is. And he's hopping on the freeway, so going to be going westbound 105 from Central. So now we'll be able to catch up. So he's behind that white van there. Again, this is believed to be a stolen car. Looks to me like a BMW. Tinted windows, so hard to tell how many people may be inside. But again, this was the LAPD's Wilshire Division that first spotted these guys and tried to pull them over. They failed to yield, so the pursuit was on, making its way eastbound on the 10 freeway till they exited at Hoover, where he took surface streets literally all the way till just what you saw, where he just hopped on the 105 here. I'm going to throw the speedometer back on because I think it'll be a little more accurate now that we're right overhead. And moving to the fast lane, the carpool lane there, zigzagging through lanes, and setting up to transition. So let's see what he does. He's going to be hopping on the 110 in all likelihood if he stays in this lane. Looking at the car a little bit closer now, it might actually be a Kia. Yeah, it looks like it could be a Kia. Haven't had a good chance to look at it because we were so far away. It looked like a BMW to me at first, but I think it's a Kia. I have a very tiny monitor up here, so I can't really tell. But he's blacked out. I want to say that a Kia would be a more accurate description of the car. It's blue in color, blacked out. Transitioning to the 110. So we're waiting for LAX to give us permission to get on the 110 so that we can track this guy headed north. He's currently in the regular lanes of the 110 at Manchester. Of course, you do have the option of the express lanes here. But currently staying in the regular lanes in the number 1. Kind of zigzagging all over. Okay, we just got permission to push forward here, so we'll be able to get a little bit closer as he continues northbound on the 110 at Florence. The airship is asking if they want CHP to be notified about this pursuit. Considering that it is on the freeway, that's what would make the most sense. And he is getting now in those express lanes that I had just mentioned. So now he's in the express lanes, and he has a unit behind him. It might be an unmarked. I don't think I see the insignia, but hard to tell. But there is definitely a police unit now behind him in the number 2 lane here of the express lanes of the 110 freeway. It's an Infinity. So there we go. The unit directly behind him just called out the type of car it was. So he says it's a blue Infinity. And apparently a stolen blue Infinity. Unclear where it was taken from and when, but it is now making its way here northbound on the Harbor Freeway, the 110, in the area of Florence. We're in the express lanes, which actually are the flyover lanes of the 110, so it's going to literally fly over the regular lanes. And speeds, it's a little bit inaccurate just because we're so far, but you see it kind of climbing up there to the triple digits. I do believe that he's going at least 100 miles an hour, but not 150 like the speedometer was just saying. So pardon that. It does mess up from time to time when we're too far away. But coming up here to MLK on the 110 freeway. So landmarks in the area would be areas like the BMO Stadium, the Coliseum, USC. So through Expo, kind of straddling the number 1 and 2 lane there. Now in the 2 lane, now the 3 lane, now the 4 lane. So kind of all over the place. It's a Friday night. You do get a little bit more traffic on a night like tonight. We're going to be obstructed here by the express lanes for just a second, but I think that's him exiting. I think that could be him. Yep, that is him. So he's exiting. Yeah, exiting at Adams here from the 110 freeway. He made that westbound turn. We're going to go over the 110, and we might be going southbound. Let's see. We might be just getting right back on the freeway, headed south. Currently on Flower. So this parallels the 110 freeway right by USC, and he's just going to hop back on. Yeah, so headed second time. So headed southbound now here on the 110 freeway. There's the LAPD air unit overhead who is calling this pursuit out. And again, the vehicle is a blue Infinity. We now know that thanks to the ground unit that just got behind him and was able to give a better description of what type of car this was. Again, this was a Wilshire Division pursuit. That's the LAPD. The car is a stolen. Unknown number of occupants or where and when it was taken. But now we are continuing southbound on the 110 in the flyover lanes yet again. No ground units directly behind him at the moment, just the airship. So surveillance mode only at this point. Okay, so crossing over Grand Avenue here on the 110 freeway. The carpool lane, the flyover portion of it is going to come to an end here very soon. Currently behind that ambulance. And through Slauson, approaching Gage, still southbound here on the 110 freeway. Okay, moving back into the regular lanes. Hard on the brakes here as he encounters a little bit of traffic. Coming up to Manchester. Zigzagging across all lanes here. Back in the carpool. So once again, if you're just joining us, this was originally the LAPD's Wilshire Division that was in pursuit of this blue Infiniti on the 10 freeway near La Brea. We picked it up when he exited the 10 at Hoover, and then he took surface streets all the way from that part of town down to the 105 freeway, where he hopped on the 105 west to the 110 north, and he just exited at Adams, and now we're headed 110 south. So headed back toward the 105 freeway. At this point, it's unknown how many people may be in the car or when and where the vehicle was taken from, and under what circumstances. Was it just a crime of opportunity where the driver left it running and these guys hopped in, or was it some sort of armed carjacking? That is unknown at this time, but what we do know is that it is coming back as a stolen car. There was a ground unit that got directly behind him for just a moment earlier, and he was able to describe the vehicle as a Infiniti. And it looks like we are going to be transitioning here, perhaps. Nope, he's going to get back in the regular lanes here for the 110 south. But he still has that option there to hop on that 105 if he moves over real quick. But it looks like we're committed 110 south from the 105 freeway. Okay, back in the carpool lane. Okay, 110 at El Segundo, still in kind of straddling the regular lanes and that carpool lane. So back in the carpool lane here. So continuing southbound on the 110, coming through Rosecrans Avenue. Really high speeds. That is pretty accurate what you're seeing now, about 100 miles an hour or so. There are times when it really increases to about 150. But hard to tell if that's just picking up our movement or the actual vehicle. But definitely at least 100 miles an hour. And real quickly, I'm just going to say a few words for our sister station, Telemundo, and then we'll resume our coverage in English. Once again, this pursuit making its way southbound on the 110 freeway. Just came under us. So I don't think he's in front of us anymore, Jim. I think he was like right under us a second ago. Oh, he just came out. I had lost him under the overpass, but I got him again. Buenas noches desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Lian Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policíaca que se encuentra en la autopista 110 en dirección sur, acercándose a la salida de la autopista 91 en la calle Torrance Boulevard. Esta es la policía de Los Ángeles. Está persiguiendo a un vehículo, un Infiniti azul en color, presumamente un vehículo robado. Al momento se desconocen cuántas personas hay a bordo del vehículo o si el conductor es un hombre o una mujer o dónde y cuándo fue robado el vehículo. Pero es una persecución que empezamos siguiendo en la autopista 10 en dirección este, donde el conductor se salió en la calle Hoover y tomó las calles hasta llegar al sur de Los Ángeles, donde se montó en la autopista 105 en dirección oeste y después la autopista 110 en dirección norte y después la autopista 110 en dirección sur. Y es donde nos encontramos ahora continuando yendo hacia el sur y la patrulla de caminos de California ahora es el departamento que está persiguiendo a este vehículo robado aquí en la autopista 110.
Members, could all members come to the front, please?
In English. So what I was just saying in Spanish is that the CHP has now taken over this pursuit. So just heard that come across the scanner. They are saying that the California Highway Patrol is now the lead agency in this pursuit, and there are no ground units behind this vehicle. It is just the airship. So again, what started as an LAPD pursuit in Wilshire Division is now a police pursuit involving the California Highway Patrol on the 110 freeway coming up to PCH. The vehicle is blacked out, making it difficult to see. But what I'm hearing is that LAPD units are being asked to disengage since this is no longer their pursuit, since they're handing it off to the California Highway Patrol. But we're continuing here southbound on the 110 freeway into the Carson area. Through Lomita. So coming up to Anaheim Street here on the southbound 110, we're heading toward areas like Carson and San Pedro. He may be exiting. Looks like he's exiting at Anaheim Street. So this is going to be a southbound turn, paralleling the 110 freeway. And now making a eastbound turn under the freeway. Came out the other side. Let's see if he's going to try to just hop back on the freeway. We do have a unit of the California Highway Patrol now behind him, and it does look like he's just going to try to get back on the freeway. So yeah, back on the 110 north now. Yeah, go for it, Jim. Gonna go right under us here for just a second as we have to turn to keep up with this guy. There's one CHP unit behind him, and now we're northbound 110 at PCH. Let me ask Jim real quick when he gets a second. So we have to be on the ground? Okay. Okay. Hey, Jamie, we have around 45 till we have to be on the ground. From here, it's, yeah, like 15. If he goes north, then that helps us out because then we'll be closer to home. And he is going north currently, so. back with you guys here on NBCLA.com and Telemundo 52 on all of our streaming platforms. We were just taking care of a few housekeeping issues up here in News Chopper as we get ready for the 11 o'clock show. But this pursuit continues northbound here on the 110 through Carson, really picking up speed, about 100 miles an hour or so. Lots of traffic here as he comes up to the 405, really getting himself into some difficult situations. The CHP on his tail. When he didn't have any units behind him, he was driving just as fast, but a little less recklessly. Now that he feels a little bit of that pressure here from that unit, it does look like he's being that much more dangerous in his maneuvers. But continuing northbound on the 110 freeway at Torrance Boulevard. That was his chance to do the 405, but he didn't get on it, so we're committed northbound 110. We've been on this freeway now for quite some time. He's gone north on it, he's gone south, and he's gone north on it again. So 110 freeway coming up to the San Pedro exit. Coming up to the 91 freeway here. In the lane that he's in, he can't get on the 91. He'd have to move all of the way over to the right. And we haven't been on the 91 yet, so I would venture to say he's not going to even try. But he's continuing on the 110 through the 91. We've got the flyover lanes kind of in the way, but you can still kind of see the police lights here. And there he is. .110 north through Alondra. If you're just joining us, again, this is a stolen vehicle pursuit. Started with the LAPD's Wilshire Division up on the 10 freeway near La Brea. Made its way eastbound on the 10 to the 110. Actually, not to the 110. He actually exited, then took surface streets to the 105 till he got on the 105 to the 110. And we've been on the 110 ever since. But we have gone up and down the 110 a couple times now. Through Rosecrans now. So he'll be coming up to the 105 here very soon. That'll be his chance to get on it if he wants. He hasn't done that yet, so I would venture to say he's more comfortable with staying on the 110 freeway. But you see him there. The lane that he was just in is not a lane at all. It was the emergency lane in the center divider. That's where you'd be if you had a flat tire, you were broken down. Through El Segundo. About 100 miles an hour is what they're calling. I'm getting him a little bit faster here on our speedometer. But continuing northbound on the 110. This is the second high-speed chase that we've had here in the last hour or so. We also covered a high-speed motorcycle pursuit of two high-speed motorcycles. And that came to an end with one guy in custody and the other one is still on the run. This chase started a little bit after that and has also been a fast mover here, mostly on the freeways. He was on surface streets, though, for a bit through South LA. But you can see that the speeds are increasingly dangerous here northbound on the 110 freeway. So he is going to be getting a little bit more traffic as he heads northbound here on the 110. So we'll see if he decides to stay on the freeway or perhaps try to exit. Or, of course, he could also just ride the emergency lane as he's done before. He's all the way on the right-hand side. He might be exiting. He might be exiting at Manchester, which is literally the most difficult street for us to possibly follow a pursuit because it is the final street for LAX. So if he goes eastbound, there's a chance we can follow him. But, of course, he clearly heard me, and now he's going westbound. So we cannot follow him here on Manchester, but maybe he'll try to get back on the freeway. We'll see. But currently in the area of the 110 in Manchester, I do see a CHP unit there in the area. You see the airship light overhead. Again, we can't really be right over it because of the LAX airspace restrictions. But at the 110 in Manchester, there he is. He just came out, and he's making a U-turn. Jim, will they let you reverse course now or no? And he's headed northbound. So he just made a northbound turn. This will help us because we had to clear out to the north due to LAX, and he's heading north. So if he continues heading north, he'll come right at us. So continuing eastbound. If he keeps going eastbound, we could catch him at Alameda. So still east in the area of Central and 6-8. He's got the green there. Oh, he just ran that red. And he just made a southbound turn. So now headed towards Southgate. So Jim, I think if you do South Alameda, it'll get us a little bit closer. Okay, perfect. He's coming up to a red. And now he's making an eastbound turn. And again, anytime he heads east, it actually does help us because it allows us to get a little bit closer. So there are no units behind him at the moment, just the airship overhead. And again, if you're just joining us, this is a stolen vehicle out of the LAPD's Wilshire Division that is now approaching Alameda here, headed eastbound in the Southgate area. Through Alameda. So we should be able to get a little bit closer now that he's east of Alameda. Okay, continuing east. So he is right off our nose, Jim. Okay, and now he just made a northbound turn, so he's going to be coming right at us here on Pacific and Hill. So we're in the Walnut Park area. And he's making another eastbound turn here on a smaller street called Olive. There's no units behind him. They are in surveillance mode, so that means airship only. He does have the lights on the vehicle back on. He was blacked out for quite some time. And again, this is a stolen vehicle. The unit that was behind it described it as a Infinity. It is blue in color. I just had a chance to kind of look at the front seat, and I couldn't see a passenger. All I could see was the driver. It looked like a man, but unknown if there could be anyone in the back. It's very tinted, so difficult to tell. So kind of just zigzagging here through the streets of the Walnut Park area, right next to Southgate, and back at Broadway and Seville. And continuing on surface streets here, entering Southgate. So leaving Walnut Park, entering Southgate. Blacked out again. He does have those running lights, but unless he taps on the brakes like that, we can't really see his tail lights. So airship still overhead. And now we're back out to the major here. This is Long Beach Boulevard. We haven't been on Long Beach Boulevard before, so this is actually our first time on Long Beach Boulevard. And he's gonna turn right under us here, turning onto Firestone. So another major here through the area. This will lead him to the 710 freeway if he stays on Firestone. Manchester and Firestone are the same street. They just changed names at one point, so he's currently on Firestone, making a southbound turn here. This is State, so that will still be in Southgate. So he just made that southbound turn onto State. A little bit of traffic here as he comes up to this intersection with Southern. So he is 11 o'clock becoming our 12 o'clock, blacked out, just tapping on the brakes right now. So Tweedy Boulevard, I know that that's going to put us very close to the police station here in Southgate. Now, could Southgate police get involved? They could if they were asked to get involved, if they wanted to get involved. It is a pursuit that's now in their city. But for now, I am still hearing the LAPD airship calling this out. There's no longer any CHP units behind him because we're not on the freeway anymore. So at this point, it is just surveillance mode only on Long Beach Boulevard at Sequoia Drive. So he's continuing to head southbound here on Long Beach Boulevard. He's getting into Linwood. Of course, that tells me we're getting very close to the 105 freeway, so that would be his chance. Airship's pulling off. Are they low fuel or they're just pulling off? They're just giving up. Okay. So my pilot, James Pollard here, is telling me that the police ship that was over this Air 18 is going to be pulling off of the chase, and it looks like we're stopping for gas. So we're stopping for gas here at Long Beach Boulevard and Imperial Highway, or at least he was going to try, but decided against it. So we're back on the move here in Linwood. So that tells me, the fact that he pulled into that gas station tells me he's probably running low on gas, would be my guess, unless he just pulled in there just to see if any units would immediately pull up behind him, which they didn't. So we're back on the freeway now, blacked out, getting back on the 105 freeway. Oh, and what I was saying about the airship, it sounds like he is pulling off. So if he does, which at this point seems like that is the case, then there's not going to be an airship on it anymore, and there's not going to be any units behind it anymore. So technically, it would no longer be a police pursuit. We're going to stay on it for now, though, just for public safety reasons. We'll continue to track him as long as we can. We are going to need to leave for fuel ourselves as well very soon. So we'll just track it as long as we can as it makes its way now westbound on the 105 freeway here through the Linwood area. So yeah, I am hearing that all police agencies have backed out. The CHP no longer in pursuit. The LAPD no longer in pursuit. So at this point, this vehicle is just going to continue here westbound on the 105 freeway through Linwood with no police agency behind it or above it. Now, the watch commanders and all of this, what they really need a way is what type of crime was this, and is it worth the increased danger of continuing to chase this guy? And he's just about to exit, Jim, as he's going to exit here in Willowbrook. So they really have to figure out if it is worth continuing to chase him, considering that this is a property crime. It's a stolen car. So at this point, it seems like they have decided that it is safer to just simply back out at this point, and maybe they'll get him at some other place and time, but they are no longer going to be in pursuit here. He's just coming under the 105 freeway, going to be hopping back on. So now eastbound 105 freeway from Willowbrook. Hey, Jamie, we have 15 minutes till we have to go. But this is no longer a pursuit. Everyone has backed off. So the airship left. If you want, we could leave now, and we would have enough time to get you that nighttime B-roll of the 405 before we head for home. Cool, will do. And thank you to everyone who has joined us as we chased or followed this car here from above. At this point, this is no longer a police pursuit, but we'll tell you that at one point it was. Of course, it was the LAPD and then the CHP. The vehicle is a stolen blue Infiniti. It's continuing to make its way eastbound here through Linwood. We actually need to leave to go get fuel, and we have one more assignment right before we do that. So we will be pulling off of this vehicle now here. But again, we're leaving it here eastbound on the 105 freeway through Linwood. Again, a stolen vehicle, no longer a pursuit. That's the very latest here from News Chopper 4. Thank you for watching. I'm Eliana Moreno alongside my pilot James Pollard. We do have the NBC4 News and the Telemundo News here.
Take a quick breather or what the plan is here, but still some very high speeds, and then over to the center divider here, and